are we gonna start it like? All right, got it. Hold on, let me post this shit. Should I post an announcements?
Yeah.
All right, I'll do that. All right, let's post it.
Fight.
All right, let's start talking about currently the current state of the league. And personally, this past season to me, everything was kind of. It started out good, you know,
Felt
because
off. If you ask me, it felt off.
well, I'm talking about in terms of the beginning of the season, like the beginning of the season, coming back from the break, everyone was hyped, whatever, and then we got to around week 5 or 6, I think it was, and then someone slipped in word of a reboot, and then
Yeah.
everyone,
It was Alman. Alman put a poll in there.
I sure did. Yeah. I had
so Alman slipped
placed
a
a
poll
poll
in
in
there
there.
around week 5, week 6, and that reboot talk kind of fizzled out the activity of the league, which honestly, I would say personally for me, the break probably didn't help because when we came back, a couple of commissioners were like, "I'm not really fucking with Madden right now. I don't want to play this shit." So that also didn't make it any better because it's like you step away, think, come back, and want to play, but sometimes you just don't want to play. So I can understand that. But I mean, we we started off fine, but I think that once the reboot talk came in, kind of shot all of everyone's mind because then people were thinking like, what's the point of trying to tank or what's the point of trying to play good if at the end of the season we're just gonna get brand new teams, and that hurt the league in terms of like the chat was kind of quiet for a little bit. We were moving slower
Yeah.
than
Chat
normal.
got quiet.
Less people were bothering each other. There's not much shit talk going on. So
A lot of force wins being
yeah,
handed
lots of
out too.
force wins being handed out, and that
Yeah.
is not something we would want to continue with in the future, because then it's just gonna make the league pointless.
I mean,
So
but we did fix it up.
yeah, we
Everything. I mean, it really wasn't that terrible. It felt slow, if
it
you
felt
will.
slow, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Right, it felt slow because people, like you said, people wasn't talking in the chat. But we started the league what January 2nd.
Yeah,
It's January 31st. So league gonna be over tonight. So it took a month.
yeah, roughly. But
Yeah,
I
roughly
mean,
a month.
hopefully when we address a lot of the things we're gonna talk about, we'll be able to clear up some stuff and possibly get some things that'll get the juices flowing again.
Yeah.
So okay, we did that. So
What's
one
next on
thing,
the dot?
it'll be the incentives because we discussed the
Okay.
past season current state. So
Yeah.
we're looking at I was given a great idea by the Chargers around week 17. He
A
was
great
like,
idea by the Chargers.
yes, I know as hard as that sounds for some of you, it
I
was a
feel it
great
though.
idea. Um, he recommended that everyone that wins their week 17 matchup will get a normal to star dev just to get people to play their last games the
Yeah, cause
last
it did
because
come down
honestly the last week
to
of
it.
this season did come down to the playoff like last week,
Mhm.
so it was very close, and I think that was a great idea. We have people play more than often, but then some people still said fuck it. But now that all that reboot talk is cleared up, we're gonna go back to our division rivals. We'll be having that again, introducing that for this coming season. Just so be on the lookout for when we drop the division rivals and all that. And you guys know the rules. Beat your rival twice, number to star. And then also we're gonna have our what is it? We're gonna have our activity grades come back. So
Activity upgrades. All right, yeah.
yeah, we're gonna
So playing from week 1 to week
at least
17,
getting
15 games.
at least 15 games in. So
Okay.
that'll get you your normal to star as well. And another thing that we're gonna be dropping for the next year, you know, everybody's like, when we gonna add the new classes? When we gonna add the real classes? You know, we want people we be watching on TV, getting ready for like the draft and stuff. So yeah, me and Alman, we took some time to look at the classes that people made, and we tweaked them just because they super gassed them, and we just
Super
want
gas.
and we wanted to make sure it wasn't gonna get dropped in the league, and then the league get oversaturated to the point where it's ridiculous. But yeah, we tweaked it, made sure certain people that should be certain devs are those certain devs, and we also identify some sleepers.
Yeah, I had to say, aren't there a few sleepers? It's been so long, so I've even
Yeah, there's
looked at
quite
that
a few
class.
sleepers, and I will say the wide receiver, because if any of you watch college football a lot, like lots of college football, you would know that this year's wide receiver class is going to be absolutely ridiculous in terms of the depth, because there's a number of talented wide receivers that are coming out. They'll probably go all top 4 rounds, honestly, and still be able to produce when they get drafted by their teams. So I will say the wide receiving core is going to be something to look out for. And then,
Go do your research, man.
yeah, make sure you guys do your
Scout
scouting.
something, bro.
And oh yeah, for if you're gonna tank, you know, at least like your tanking can't be like blatantly obvious. You know what I'm saying? Like
Or
if
just
so,
handing out forced losses.
like don't hand out forced
forced
losses
wins. Yeah,
and all that stuff, because
You hand out more than 3 forced wins and forced losses, you're gone.
you're gone. Jalen said you're gone. But
yeah. Words from Ward stuff.
I personally
Back.
wouldn't kick you, but I would just, you know, we would have
Check
to talk.
in, bro.
Yeah, we just have to talk about it. Cause like I obviously know there's some great talent there, but if you're gonna tank, at least you know get your 3 to 5 wins, and then you be straight.
At least
Now,
make
if
it
you
like a
can't,
3
if
and
you
13.
if you can't help that you can't win more than 2 games, then we understand. We know some people are like that. We understand, but for most part, at least you know, give an effort.
Try. Yeah, try, man.
At least make the tanking look good. And last on our agenda today, we had a number of people that were constantly handing out forced losses, forced wins, or whatever the fuck it is. And I also have a list of those teams. So as everyone knows, the Seahawks left. He said, "Fuck us." He left.
You're gone.
So he gone.
You'll
He
never
not.
see Chance
He is
to go
he,
0-4
Chance to go
again.
0-4 is not coming back to KML.
Excommunicado.
He is gone. He's been exiled off the island. We're not letting him come back. And that's that on his. So I put this out to everyone. Teams that we are on the lookout for, in terms of like we gonna check in with these people to see. Well, actually, okay, before I do that, everyone that voted for getting a reboot will have the ability amongst themselves. So all was it 12 of them that voted for it?
It was a lot.
It was not a lot.
Wait, to reboot?
Yeah, it was 12 people that voted for a reboot.
Yeah. It was
So
12. It was 12.
so you 12, you know, y'all can click on it and see who y'all are. Y'all can speak amongst each other, and if you want to if you want to switch among them, since y'all wanted a little change up stuff, y'all can switch amongst each other. If not, then sorry. But if you want to leave, please don't leave. But If you leave, we understand. We'll just have to replace you. But a couple teams that are definitely gonna be open upcoming. The Bills are open.